pretty obvious there have been some big momentum swings in this series. Why do you think that has been?
I don't know. I don't know. If I had the answers, I would try to solve it. But just a combination of really bad play on our part, embarrassing effort sometimes, lack of shot making, lack of execution, and you add that to a team that if you let them feel good, they're really hard to stop, and so that's what you see. So they're kind of a streaky, hot, explosive team, and so when you don't put yourself in a position to succeed, then you set yourself up for those big deficits, and then it's just hard to get back after that.
Can you tell from a practice or whatever you just went through, a walkthrough, how prepared you guys feel, or how much better it is today than it was yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, we're always prepared. I don't think that's ever the issue. I think it's just a lack of performance. Once you get out there, no matter what happens leading up to it, you got to perform when the game starts. And, in the playoffs especially, something that we haven't done consistently. So, it's ups and downs to this thing, and you gotta stay locked in and bounce back and not let it carry over. So we'll lace them up again tomorrow, and season's on the line. We gotta get a win.
Got it. Thanks, Fred.
Next question goes to Michael Grange from Sportsnet.
Hi, Fred. Just the way it seems Boston is covering the ball handler and pick and roll, it leaves a lot of open looks for your bigs, Mark especially. How much difference does it make if he's being aggressive with those looks and knocking down those shots versus, he's obviously struggled in this series to score?
Yeah, it will help. Obviously, I mean, we need contributions from everywhere, but it's not just on those guys. There's looks all over the court, and we're just not converting. So, we need our bigs to play well. We need everybody to play well, and we got to do a better job of putting them in good spots and getting them good looks, and stay confident and keep supporting them. So, as long as they keep shooting them, that's all I care about. I don't ever want to see a guy stop shooting. So, I thought Mark had some good looks early that he wasn't able to convert. We all had good looks that we didn't convert, and kind of builds up from there. So, like I said, coming out Game 6, you gotta see where we can be better. Look at the film. We looked at it a little bit today. Watch some more as the day goes by, and try to be better tomorrow.
On the other end of the floor, what is it like having Mark there? What does he do, especially against Boston, and given the number of guys they can get going downhill at the rim?
Yeah, I think he's just another quarterback back there. I think he's been good, been a good anchor for us, communicating and getting us in the right spots, and just being a big frame at the rim. So they do a good job of spacing the floor, but whenever he's parked down there, I think he makes it tough on a lot of those guys attacking the rim. So we got to get better at our rim protection. I thought we just lost the fight at the rim yesterday. I think they outscored us points in the paint, and we just didn't convert a lot of our layups, and seemed like they were laying in and dunking everyone or getting to the line. So we're gonna have to win those confrontations, and we didn't do it yesterday. So we gotta focus on that for the next game.
Thank you, Fred. Enjoy your afternoon.
Next question goes to Josh Lewenberg from TSN.
Hey, Fred. Serge is questionable with the ankle for tomorrow. First of all, how important has he been in this series up to this point, and what do you guys miss most if he's not able to go tomorrow?
He's a big part of our team. He has been since I've been here. We know he brings to the table defensive rebounding, shot making. So, yeah, obviously we need him out there. And I haven't spoken to him about how he's feeling or anything, but just knowing him personally, I would be surprised if he wasn't out there. So, Serge is probably the best I've ever seen him, taking care of his body, recovering, following his routine. So, hopefully, he can get back feeling good today and be ready for us tomorrow.
Thank you, Fred.
Next question goes to Doug Smith from the Toronto Star.
Afternoon, Fred. Thanks for coming by. Nick was talking earlier about energy and how it's sort of been missing in games 1 and game 5. Can you manufacture it, and how do you know when it's not there, and how do you try to get it back if it's not existent?
Yeah, you could fake it, I guess, but I think it runs out at some point if it's not organic. And I don't care how much you cheer and scream and run around and play hard. If you're not making shots, none of that stuff matters. So the shot making kind of builds the energy for you, and we got to continue to step up and be confident and take and make those open looks. So I thought we were a little slow, a little soft early on in that game, and they weren't, and that was kind of the difference. And then it was just hard to get back from there. So I would be surprised if we came out the same way tomorrow.
So it's overthinking it a bit to say, hey, they just got to play with more energy as opposed to we just got to make some more shots?
No, I agree. I mean, listen, I don't think any assessment of that game yesterday would be wrong.
No.
Like, you could pick your poison. You know, there's holes all over the place, and there's bad play everywhere. So you can pick whatever you want, whether it was shot making, bad defense, no effort, soft, not physical. You name it. It was about as bad as it gets for us. So good thing about it is it only counts for one, and we got to turn around and play better tomorrow.
Thanks, Fred. Appreciate it as always.
Next question goes to Stephen Lung from Sportsnet.
Hey, Fred. I you mentioned how you can kind of pick the poison about that game yesterday, and you mentioned how you looked at the film a little bit. But from what you've seen, was there any positives that you could take away from yesterday's game?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it wasn't as crazy as it felt. Like, when you watch the film, it was pretty simple. You know, we miss a couple layups, they make a couple layups. We miss a three, they make a three. We go in soft, they go down, dunk it. Like, it's pretty simple stuff that we can fix and correct. You know, we give them credit for playing a good game, but I don't think they played outstanding. They didn't play out of the world. We just played like crap, and they played good. And it was that simple. So again, we know that we have a chance. We know that we're good enough to win and advance, but we got to go out there and play and perform and prove it. We can't just sit on and rest on our laurels and feel like we're a championship team. You got to go out there and perform like one every night.
Thanks a lot, Fred.
Going next to Chris O'Leary from Raptors.com.
Hey, Fred. You guys seem to be in pretty good spirits after the game last night, and then from what we've seen this morning. How hard is it to let a game go like that when it's as disappointing as it was last night?
I mean, not hard at this time of the year. I think playing every other day, and your season depends on it. So 3-2, you don't really have time to look back. You sit in it. It should hurt. It should sting. It should be disappointing. You should be pissed off. But all your focus and energy's got to go into Game 6. So we just got to get one. That's our main focus right now, is locking in Game 6 and trying to come out of there with a win, because our season depends on it. So it's not really that hard. Short-term memory. We've been through the playoffs before. We know the ups and downs and what it takes.
All right. Thanks a lot.
3 more for you, Fred. First one's going to Christos, who's joining from Greece.
Hello, Fred. I have 2 questions for you. First of all, Boston Celtics dominated last night. And how important for you is to set the tone on Game 6 from the first minute of the game? And the second question is, do you feel more responsible, guys like you and Pascal Siakam, to make a step up and help your team to make the win?
Yes, it's very important to set the tone early. I think that, the 2 games where we let them get out to big starts, Game 1 and Game 5, those are the games where it went south pretty fast. And then obviously, your stars got to play like stars, and your big guns got to play like big guns. So, that's what playoffs is about. Your best players playing their best, and I think if we go out there and have good games around the board, we'll give ourselves a chance to win.
Thank you.
Final 2 questions for you are going to be in person there, Fred. First one is going to Jeff Zilgett from USA Today.
Fred, the Boston Celtics are just walking by right here. Is that ever going to be normal to you? And, the idea that you're just answering questions about them and they're walking through, has it become normal? Will it ever be normal?
I hope not. I hope not. Personally speaking, I from what I know, I like the guys, but right now I hate them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to look at them. I don't want to talk to them. And so, yeah, it's a little weird, but this is where we're at.
And then just a quick basketball follow-up question. I know last night, you had a chance, obviously, to see film, but you were hoping that maybe you could find opportunities as a point guard for Pascal. Watching it, you see those opportunities are there for him, and it can free him up a little bit.
Yeah, I think we've got to make a more concerted effort to find them and get them in better spots. But at the same time, I don't think we went out of our way to not look for them. I thought that every look we had for the most part was pretty good, besides one or two. And I liked our chances. We just didn't play with enough force and conviction to finish at the rim and things like that. So our execution's got to be better for sure. And if we need to get him going earlier in the game, then so be it. But again, coming off of games 3 and 4 where Kyle had big first quarters, I think that was kind of the flow of the game, and it didn't happen yesterday. So it kind of changed the rhythm of how we were going to attack. So we'll see. I don't think we're a team that comes out and say, we got to get this guy the ball. We got to get this guy the ball. We don't usually operate like that. We just kind of play team basketball and see where it goes. And nobody had it last night.
And final question is going to Cassidy from ESPN, who's there in person.
Hey, Fred. Coach said that you guys are historically good in bounce back games. Do you feel that way? And is there been more talk about this being an elimination game?
Yeah, yes and no. We've been in these situations before. I think we couldn't have played any worse, so it's kind of a good spot to be in. You can only go up from yesterday. And also, people focus on the 6s and the 7s, but like a game 3 down 0-2 is elimination game too. 2-1, 3-1, those type of games are just as important. So I like our response. I like our resolve. I believe in this team's heart and character and fight. And so, obviously we're going out there for a win, but I think, laying it all on the line, we'll be able to live with whatever happens. So we just got to get one, and that's our focus. And I think we feel confident that we have a chance.